Hey guys, it's August 29th, 2012. This is my 5.4 liter from my Ford F-150 that sits over there. I'll strip apart. Well, as you can see, I got the cylinder heads back, and I told you in the previous video there, I got them back, and you can see how clean they look. Did a really good job cleaning them up. But I got them back on the engine, on both sides. As you can see, there's a little white mark on the bolts there. And what I learned from shop I picked them up at from getting repaired, the guy goes, what you do is after you tighten them down to the 30 pounds, you put a little mark on the top of them, because you gotta turn it 90 degrees. So you take it and put the wrench on it, and you move it 90 degrees on all of them. So what the idea of the mark is, when you start out, because you got to start out in the middle, you're going down through and you're doing them, all of a sudden you stop, you forget which one you were on. You can't tell which one you've already done because there's no mark on it. So if you do the mark, you can tell by looking at them all that they're all done. And if you turn them once after the 30 pounds, foot-pounds that is, you turn it 190 and then another 90. But you do the 190 on all of them first, and then another 90 on all of them. Then you're done. So that's how I install them, and that's what the book says. So just to help you guys out if you're putting yours together, if you don't have a manual right in front of you what the specs are, this is a 5.4 Ford engine, made in 2003. And also, as you can see, I got the exhaust manifolds on. I did purchase the studs from Ford. They are the stainless steel studs. And so these hopefully will not be all crazy rust on them like the previous ones. The studs are torqued at 8 pounds, and the nut is torqued at 20, if I'm correct. I did this on Sunday. Actually, I did these on Sunday this past weekend. But it's coming together. I still got to pull the oil pan off because on the front here, I ended up was not able to put this all together because this tensioner, the seal on the back was shot, and when I tried to blow air through the back of it, it barely wanted to go through it. And I read up online, there's a lot of people said that these get clogged, and what it does is it shoots oil through that right there, which is in the back of this one, into the inside this, and shoots it out in there, which if I can't show you in this one. There's a little slot, and it shoots oil right on the chain. So the chain's constantly getting oil, because this is just like a plastic here. So I decided that instead of dealing with trying to make a gasket with my nice gasket maker here, which is going to be used for these gaps in between here when I go to put this cover on, and then the ones on top up here in between, I decided just to buy new ones, and now I'm waiting for those to come in. I ordered them up, and I hopefully will receive them next week, so next weekend I can actually get to putting this chain up in so it's tightened. Put the cover on, the pan off of it, put the new gasket on, sock the new pan seal and the pan back up. Once the new pan's on and that's all sealed up with the cover, it's going to be put some oil in it, and then I'll turn it over to make sure everything's rolling good before I put the valve covers on, just to make sure everything's working good. What I did do is my timing, which the way I did the timing is I marked everything. As you can see, there's permanent marker here. This is before I took it apart, I marked this slot with this mark. So this slot was equal right between that chain, and I went down here and put another mark down here, which, you know, I made it on the dark side. There's a mark right there, and it's for a mark I put in the chain right there. There's a mark right in the chain right there. That line is barely see. You can barely see it, but it goes right in there. So now when I put this chain up, I get the tensioner on it. That's exactly where it was. I did the same thing on the other side. This is right in the middle. And inside this, somewhere in there, I remember when it was off, I put a mark. I can't remember where it is. It's in there. You can see it. What I did is I made this mark first, and then I took this chain off, and then I saw where that one is. I made a mark on the chain and the gear, and then took that off. But that's how I set the timing before, and I put this, and I never moved it. This is sitting directly at 12 o'clock. That's the way I took it apart, and I put it right back together. So according to everything I've been reading, if you take it apart and put it back together, it's exactly the same way. Your timing should be perfect. If anybody else has a different, which I can't see why it would be any problems, please let me know. But that's how far I am today of this week. We're just waiting for the tensioners, glides and the tensioners to come in, so I can get this all bolted back up and all sealed back up, so then I can get it back into this mess. Which, oh gosh, look at all the wires. Fun. Well, I took it out. Nice rusty in here. I'll figure out what to do with the rust. I don't know yet. Coming up with some ideas. Some cheaper ideas. But, well, that's it for now. That's what I've completed, and I hope to try to get a video of the engine all together. I mean, everything together before I put it in. And then maybe I can get a video of actually trying to lay it in here. Which is fun. Okay. Well, that's it for now, and I hope you, if you're working on a even 4.6, they're kind of like about the same engine. This is kind of informational for you, and you find this useful, and hope you like it, and you know, please subscribe and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you.